Hello everybody, this is going to be a quick video. I'm here in Atlanta, weekend in the shower or the bathroom or something getting ready. I'm doing this video on my laptop and I'm going to do a real quick patch review of the upcoming Awwww, Shabush, the Boosh, I don't know, whatever he's called. So we're going to get right into these patch notes. We're going to talk about him. We're going to see some of this other cool stuff. We got like K-pop Bastet skins and other nonsense, and so we're going to get right into this. Going right over here into these patch notes, we can see that we have Awwww, the Boosh, Shoosh, Shalalalalash, whatever his name is, and we're taking a look at this guy so we can see that he's going to be an awesome hero. First of all, look at this face. Alright, that's the scariest motherfucking thing I ever seen in my life. So, his passive sounds ridiculously good already. So, basically, his skills, his 1 and his 3, lay down corpses, and his passive lets him pick up corpses. He can have a maximum of 6 at any time, and they restore 6% of his maximum health or 3% of his maximum mana, which means if you had all your corpses laid out, you'd be getting 36% maximum health. As far as sustain goes, that's going to be ridiculous. Will it help him so much in a team fight, maybe situation? Maybe not so much. Maybe it'll be too hard to pick them up. But for laning phase, I think that's going to be incredibly strong. Poke is going to mean nothing against him. Undead Surge, his 1, basically he throws out a corpse or 2 corpses basing on how far you have the skill ranked up, and then you can pop it like Isis Ball wherever you want it to hit, but it also will collide with anything. So minions, walls, a Ymir wall, anything, and it smacks into them and it'll stop it. So you can't launch it through the mid-harpy camps or something. And it has a nasty slow on it, 40% for 3 seconds. Really strong skill. The damage is meh, but that's not the point. You get the damage from your 1 from the 2. So what the 2 does is the 2 has base damage, right? 100 plus 10% of your magical power, plus it does bonus damage of up to 160 plus 25% of your magic power per corpse that's in this area, which means if you have 2 corpses from your 1 and your corpse from your 3 there, that's 3 corpses. That's like a 500 damage nuke plus your magical power plus the 100 damage. Like you get to nuke somebody into oblivion. So that's disgusting. The 3 is really interesting, and I'm going to try to explain it, but it's still kind of hard for me to envision, I'm going to say. Also, this is not quite. There we go. Fixed it. So, what the 3 does is the 3, you throw it onto somebody, it drops a body, and if they heal during that time, not from a potion, but from an ability. So, Sylvanas heal, Ra heal, Hercules self-heal, Tyr self-heal. Anything that ticks, every time it ticks, you're going to get this activated on you, so you're going to get stunned, plus a bonus 0.5-second stun for every time they were healed. So like, if you got a one-time hell heal, it's going to be a 1-second stun. But if you got a 4-tick Sylvanas heal, it's going to be a 2.5-second stun. So this is really an anti-healing item. It's going to make people regret using heals in a team fight. Empty the Crypts is ultimate. Basically, imagine like the entire map covered by bodies that are running right at your face. And if they hit you, they hurt you, plus they slow you. And if you keep getting hit by more, they keep slowing you up to like 50% or some nonsense. 52, 4%, something disgusting. It's going to be awesome. That combined with the fact that it's 1 slows, and then the damage is going to be, he's going to be so good. No getaway skills, really risky pick. He's going to be awesome, though. So what everybody really cares about, new Kawaii Pop Bastet skin. The best part about this skin is by far the jump animation. When you jump, like the timer for like how long you have to jump back is like a little kitty face that gets like more and more like panicked and sad as like you wait longer to jump back, and it becomes like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. It's amazing. Void Worm Kukulkan, Executioner Nemesis are 2 amazing skins that are coming out. I know Void Worm Kukulkan is part of this new esports package deal that is coming out that we'll probably talk about later once we get to it. I don't remember if Nemesis is. She might be. There's 3 tiers to the package, and so there was, I think, 3 skins associated with it. I just happen to remember that the Kukulkan skin is the very final skin associated with that. SBL Shibalanke, North America, and EU coming out. Pretty cool skin, honestly. I'm a fan of it. Death Mask Poooosh, just, a little recolor. Redid the Ironsmith Vulcan skin. Just the card for it. Still looks like Rick Ross, and that's all that matters. So they're putting in the achievements this patch. Basically, they had everything from what it looked like. It looked like 100 achievements almost. Everything from like get first blood to kill the fire giant before 10 minutes 30 seconds. So like some things that are really easy, and then some things that are like that is so hard, and then some things that were like get 10 kills, and then if you get 10 kills, it's like get 100 kills, and then if you get 100, it's like get 1,000 kills. So there's like tiers and stuff. It looked like some of the achievements had gems on them, so if you get this achievement, you get gems. I was looking at something when they were broadcasting, it was like 100 gems for doing this. I don't remember what it was, so some of them definitely have direct rewards like that, where you like get something from it, like maybe favor or gems or something. So, the 2015 season ticket for Smite. This is what's really cool for, I think, getting more people into the esports scene. It's going to be awesome. And so, what we're looking at here is you buy this fantasy ticket, okay? So, you buy this ticket, and it contributes to a prize pool for Season 2 esports, kind of like how the Odyssey was last year, right? And then, every week, you get to pick who you think is going to win the Pro League matchup. So, you're like, Enemy Esports versus TSM. I think TSM's going to win that game. And if you get it right, you get 20 fantasy points for picking the right match. Also, if you have the border on, so this esports ticket comes with a border around your character, like a loading border. If you win a game while using the border, you also get plus 15 fantasy points while you're playing the game. When you get to X amount of points, so there's like, I think there's a reward at 1,000 points, 2,000 points, and 3,000. You get something at 1,000, you get the Executioner Nemesis skin at 2,000, and you get the Void Worm Kukulkan skin at 3,000. So there's a lot of incentive to, do this. And so that's really cool. It's going to be really awesome. It's going to be super awesome, actually. It's going to be amazing, especially with the summer split coming up. And the summer split's going to have 16 teams, and it's going to be so many games each week. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be great stuff. General UI stuff, probably nothing crazy, just, fixed friends online notifications and stuff, like, just general good stuff. General gameplay stuff, no problem, miscellaneous. They did a lot of stuff with Curse, fixing some of the issues that we're having with Curse voice, and so hopefully Curse will be better integrated now. It's been having a little bit of issues for those of you that have been using it. So, items. Let's talk about items. This is what really matters, right? Let's get in here and let's discuss some cool item stuff that's happening. So they brought Soulstone back, 20 magical power, 100 mana. When you hit an enemy with a basic attack, it tears out a part of their soul. Each soul gives you a lot of MP5. At 5 souls, your next ability casts 30 ability power. Everybody went saying OP, OP, OP in this My Game chat, but I don't think they realize how much sustain the Vampiric Shroud really provides for mages in the mid lane. They're getting 70 of their health back every wave, Yes, I think this might be viable on certain characters. I think characters that maybe have built-in sustain will be better off getting this, maybe like a Zhong Kui or something or another. But I still think you're going to have a hard time getting this as a, an Agni. Like an Agni dashing in, yeah, you're going to do a lot of damage. But first of all, it doesn't give any HP. You don't have the 100 HP. It doesn't give the plus 10 mana or plus 10 HP, 5 mana on killing minions. So it's going to be very interesting. Definitely an aggressive item. Looks to be viable. We'll have to see. Devo gloves got nerfed. All that matters is it comes out to the exact same power and lifesteal as it was before. It just takes longer to get there. So they reduced the base by 5, and then the stacking ends up being the same thing that it was before. So it's 5 overall less power, I believe. It just takes longer to get there now that you have to go from 60 to 75 stacks, which is good. It basically just stops hunters from turning on quite so fast. Frostbound Hammer, the tier 3 version got buffed by 100 health, and the tier 2 version got nerfed. So basically they said, hey, everybody's buying Heavy Hammer and invading level 1. It's broken. It's too strong. Let's get rid of it, right? So Heavy Hammer reduced 100 health and a 10% slow, so it's only a 15% slow now. And then they buffed up the health to 400 on the top end, so it's actually a 300 health bonus for buying the final item. And it's also, I believe, the second highest health item in the game right now, is what Dry Bear said. So that's a big deal. Something that's really a big deal, and I think it's going to affect metas, guys. Heartseeker is back in the game. Increased physical power from 25 to 30, so they gave it plus 5 more, and they gave it the do more treatment down from 950 to 1790. That is super cheap. Full Devo Glove is 2050, so it's like 260 gold cheaper than Devo Glove. Devo Glove takes longer to turn on now. Heartseeker now gives 80 flat physical power when you have it fully stacked, man. I don't know. I think we're going to start seeing Heartseeker make a comeback. Maybe the Heartseeker Aussie builds coming back in. We'll see, but that item looks nasty. Magi's Blessing got a bit of a nerf. It's about time. I'm not sure if it got nerfed enough, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. The bubble now comes up every 60 seconds instead of every 45. So taking off somebody's bubble does have a larger impact for a team fight situation. So that'll be good. Reinforced shoes in Greaves, 100 to 150 health. Whatever, who cares? Nobody's going to be getting them still. 50 health isn't going to be a game changer. But something that is interesting is Talaria boots. With the changes to Talaria and Travelers, we're looking to make them more competitive options. So we want to give roaming supports an item that better rewards their mobile playstyle, increasing the movement speed boost from 10 to 14%, along with adding gold and experience, makes this item a unique fourth option. You gain movement speed and HP 5 while out of combat. Each time you hit an enemy god with an ability, you earn 50 experience and 30 gold. This cannot occur on the same god. More than once every 90 seconds. From what I understand, this item procs on every single god in the game. So if you were in a team fight and you landed a 5-man Gebel, you would get 250 experience and 150 gold. Which means that roaming around and hitting people as a support, if you have the item, will give you so much gold. I don't know. This actually might work as an item. You're going to be mad squish, but you were mad squish with cooldown boots anyway. They didn't give you any HP. I think this will be very interesting to see how this item works out. I want to build it. I'm excited for it. I don't know how the XP, 250 XP, if you hit everybody works out, but I do know how the gold works out, and 150 gold is going to be nasty for me every 90 seconds. Now, keep in mind, I won't be hitting the solo laner. I'll definitely, be able to hit the ADC support, so that's 60 gold. Probably can go over and smack the mid 90 and maybe hit the jungler 120. But you're looking at probably a more consistent 60 to 90 gold every 90 seconds, which is basically, 5 GP5, right? That's basically what Midas Switch was 90 gold every 90 seconds, and that's kind of what you're looking at. So that'll be interesting. God balances, nothing with Athena. Apollo got a buff, increases base physical power, and his physical power scaling. Will it bring Apollo back? I don't know. Will it make him more of a niche pick? Yeah, definitely. He already has super fast attack speed because of his passive, and now he has, more physical power, so that'll help. Awwww, basically, they're like, hey, your ultimate is going to be better now. So instead of making it a giant kill threshold that changes, it's 30% of all ranks. They increase the cast range so it's easier to function with, and then it restores your maximum health when you execute somebody, so you can get back into the fight afterwards. I don't want Awwww to be back. Could this bring him back? Yeah, definitely. This is a huge, huge change. I'll have to see what the junglers are thinking about it, but 30% of your maximum health during a team fight, man, that's nasty. Awwww, nothing happens. Who cares? Kronos, he can use Lotus Crown now. Oh boy, OP. Yeah, who cares? Nobody else cares. Kumbhakarna, though, is getting a buff. His Mez now provides an attack speed slow if they are woken early, but it's only like 1 second to 2 seconds, I think, at max. Yeah, it's a buff. It's not game-changing. And then Uppercut now does 25% of the damage just from touching the target. So if they beads and you don't knock them up in the air, you still do a little bit of damage. And then they do another 75% of the damage upon landing. But keep in mind that does mean that the AoE damage from the knockup is less than it was before because it's 25% less because it did the damage initially to just that one target. So it actually is less damage in a team fight situation. Mercury, nothing really. Neith, on the other hand, a interesting change on her. They buffed Spirit Arrow, changed the scaling from 80 to 90, and buffed the base damage at the end 320 to 350. You can see that's a 30 damage bonus plus the 10%. I mean, that with the Heartseeker change, I mean, that could bring Neith maybe back into something with her ability-based Hunter kit. I mean, 80 physical power with Heartseeker, getting 90% scaling. So it's like 65 damage or 70 damage from that, right? Maybe more, 72, something like that. I mean, that's a lot of damage, so we'll have to see. That plus a weave, which does the double, but now the double's based off of a 90, which is based off of the plus atom. No, we'll see. We'll see. Osiris just getting a little tickle, buffing his attack speed base. Osiris still won't be viable, just because he got that little buff. A little tiny Sun Wukong buff. People were like, oh my god, Sun Wukong buff, but it was like, was it really though? Cudgel increased damage by 5% on minions and jungle camps. Oh my god, the world's ending. You know, nobody cares. Master's Will increased damage by 10 at all ranks. And then Tiger Form, this is the biggest change, increased the duration on Tiger Form at the start of it. So instead of starting at 0.6, it starts at a 1 second stun. Yeah, he got buffed. No, it's really not going to change anything. If 10 damage was going to make it or break it, man, I don't know. You might see more Sun Wukongs just because this happened, but he's not any more viable than he was in the last patch. And I already played him in the last patch, so he'll be just as viable as he was before. And that's the end of the patch notes, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go chill out with Weekend and Kiki and Allied and all of those guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. Peace out, y'all.